101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com, and online. We are always brought to you by the folks at SeaWorld Satellites, Wave Rider Sweet Shop, and the Indiana Regional Medical Center. In the studio with us this morning, representing Blairsville Borough, Dave Janusek and Denise Jennings Doyle. Morning, folks.
Good morning, Todd.
Morning, Todd. How are you?
Wonderful. I'm just fabulous. I hope you both are as well. Our conversation is brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. So who won the arm wrestling match and gets to go first?
I won.
Way to go, Denise.
Freakishly strong I am.
And it did not finish.
Yes.
DNF.
A coach's decision, probably.
Pulled myself.
So, guess what?
What?
This is National Historic Preservation Month.
Uh-huh.
So, as part of that, we are really happy to announce that the Blairsville Area Underground Railroad has been awarded a very prestigious statewide award, which is a Community Initiative Award. So we were nominated, actually, by Dr. Ben Ford, who is the chair of the Anthropology Department at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. And actually, of all of the submissions in the state, we were ranked first.
Wow.
So it's very exciting. Mm-hmm. And so the representatives from Pennsylvania Historic and Museum Commission will be visiting Blairsville to present us with this award, which is a very neat and practical award. So that is a time capsule. So we haven't set the event for that yet, but I can tell you why they decided that we were deserving of this award. Mm-hmm. They believed that the way that we tell our stories within the community was very unique. They specifically cited our countywide Underground Railroad driving tour and our Freedom Seeker beer series with Levity Brewing.
Oh, yeah.
Which is what I'm going to talk about. So the last...
We suggest you don't mix those two together, though.
Yeah, exactly. So our first Freedom Seeker Beer series featured 4 different beers, and they were paired with 2 conductors and 2 Freedom Seekers. This year, our Freedom Seeker Beer series features 2 beers, which represent conductors and Freedom Seekers. So mark your calendars, June 20th is the release date. So the release will happen all day long at Levity Brewing, but representatives from the Underground Railroad will be there from 5 to 7 in the downstairs tap room. So what's really neat is some of the historic figures that we're honoring. Number 1 conductor would be Dr. Robert Mitchell from Indiana. Mm-hmm. And those who are familiar with our history know that Dr. Mitchell was sued in one of the first federal cases under the fugitive slave laws. Yeah. 3 times, actually, losing the 3rd time. And that was for his actions to conceal Jared Harris, Anthony Hollingsworth, and Charlie Brown in Indiana. Mm-hmm. And then the second conductor is A.T. Moorhead, who was just a 12-year-old when he was conducting Freedom Seekers through the woods and land in Indiana County. So those are our 2 conductors. And then our 2 Freedom Seekers were Braxton Jackson from Blairsville. He settled in Blairsville, originally from Richmond, Virginia. And he had a very interesting story of his seeking his freedom when freedom became much more close and on his doorstep at the beginning of the Civil War. Mm-hmm. So instead of following the North Star and seeking his freedom crossing the border into Pennsylvania. He just needed to find the Union troops who were nearby and menacing Virginia, and he ended up finding a troop who was commanded by a gentleman by the name of Major Ogden, from Ligonier Valley.
Okay.
Which is how he ended up in Pennsylvania. So it's a very interesting story. He spun a lie and said he was a spy for the Confederacy and was able to get the location of the nearby troops. And so he and a companion found the troops, and the first person he met who looked like him was a gentleman from Blairsville, because all roads lead to Blairsville, we've found.
That's what I hear.
Exactly. So we're honoring him. And then the second freedom seeker was a very, very important case. It was the Jacob Green story. Jacob Green had escaped his enslavement in Hampshire County, Virginia, and the men who were in pursuit, one of them had been arrested for kidnapping in Hollidaysburg. So he was not released. He went to trial. He was a highly placed individual in Virginia, and so much so that the Virginia legislature had authorized going to war with Pennsylvania because Pennsylvania would not release Jacob Green.
Wow.
So that happened in Hollidaysburg. So in deference to levity and their Blair County location, we've got a freedom seeker story from that area. So the two beers are going to be a cream ale, vanilla cream ale, and extra special bitters. So June 20th is our release date.
That's fabulous. What a great story. My goodness gracious.
We'll
Shaking our collective fists at President Millard Fillmore and saying, darn your Fugitive Slave Act.
Exactly.
Come to Blairsville.
Come to Blairsville. So June 20th at Levity Brewing, representatives from the Blairsville Area Underground Railroad will be there. If you have any questions, if you want to hear some of our stories, we'll be there from 5 to 7.
Wonderful. And you're going to bury the time capsule in Janusek's basement?
No.
Okay.
No. Very likely at our History Center. So that date is going to be determined later. Representatives from the state will be visiting Blairsville. And so we will be hopefully on your show, and we'll be talking about that in a future date.
You betcha. Dare you to top any of that, Dave.
I'm going to try. I got a whole pile here, though. If this pile falls on the ground, then we're in trouble because then I'll be lost. But,
all right.
But why would you come to Blairsville? Visit Blairsville, right? A lot of stuff going on. I'm here to tell you a couple of those things. One thing, I can't even believe I need a card for this, but, Memorial Day means a lot of things to a lot of people. In Blairsville, it means get on Old William Penn Highway and make sure you drive past the Blairsville Cemetery. Those volunteers do a fantastic job lining the cemetery with flags, full-size American flags. It was interesting because if you've ever seen it, a lot of people see it after Memorial Day from maybe Facebook, and I think I missed it. So it's going to be up starting on May 27th to June 3rd. This is all volunteer run, which is pretty impressive when you realize that when I'm talking flags, there are 800 flags that are placed, in memorial to someone that was in the service.
Full-size flags.
Full-size flags.
Yes.
I mean, so it's a pretty impressive sight, whether
It really is, yeah.
whether you just like flags or you like the colors.
Plus 4,500 small flags.
Smaller flags on the graves of veterans in that cemetery. So you want to make sure you check that out. Also, everybody always asks, when's the Memorial Day parade? Obviously, it's on Memorial Day, Monday. Starts at 10:30, starts at the football field and goes the opposite direction of the Veterans Parade. The Veterans Parade goes uphill. This one goes downhill. It starts at the football field and goes down to the Veterans Memorial and right next to the amphitheater there near the Diamond. So get out, show your colors, show your support. It's a great time to come down. One of the other things, if you're just looking for something to do, come to Blairsville. Walk through the downtown. Just recently we have a group called the Market Street Gang. This is all volunteer. They clean the entire downtown, plant shrubs, do different things. Planted flowers. They actually cleaned and planted 60 potted flower displays in downtown Blairsville. So I mean, it's not 800 flags, but 60 flowers for someone who can't grow, one or two flowers is pretty impressive. So if you come down to Blairsville, check out our murals, check out our sculptures, check out the Blairsville Underground Railroad self-guided walking tour. We've got maps for any of those. There's a couple of things I do want to also get around to is, summer means free summer music in Blairsville. So our June calendar, June 3rd to Boomers, June 10th, Black Ridge, local favorite, will be there from 6 to 8. June 17th, Jerry B and the Bone Tones. And June 24th, it's a new band this year, the Peace Sign Band. Those concerts start at 5:30 to 7. They're free of charge. We're doing something different this year. Everyone gets a chance at a door prize when they come in. So if you're wondering what kind of music each band plays, check out our Facebook page, Blairsville Summer Music Series. Shows some weekly videos. Another Facebook page I want to get out there is, I know we've talked about it before on your show, Todd.
Could you tell people where the concerts happen, Mr. Janusek?
I thought Todd Marino was running the show. They're at the Blairsville Amphitheater.
Denise Jennings Doyle runs every show, Dave. You should know that by now.
Welcome to my world. But if you get a chance, go to, we talked about it before on the Todd Marino show, Indiana in the morning, not Jennings in the morning. But nonetheless, the Blairsville Bicentennial is coming up in 2025. Yeah. We had a local art teacher really put together a knockout logo that you'll start to see around a lot more. But check out a lot of stuff that's going on our Facebook page. It's a little long. It's Blairsville, PA Bicentennial 2025. So that's going to let you know, when committees are forming, when things are coming up. I mean, it's 2025, so a year away. But we want to make sure this is something that's memorable. Also, we talked about it before. We talked about, I think the last time you guys were talking about Cinco de Mayo drawing, those sort of things. We purchased 13 downtown displays already for Christmas, so we're looking to raise money for that. We're hoping to get these large Christmas lights for the downtown. A couple other things. This one here, your listeners are gonna call and say, "Did he really say that's what that was?" Because it's pretty interesting. So Blairsville Rec Center is hosting up tickets to a Pirates game on June 9th versus the Mets. It's also a fireworks night. Tickets. Now here's the part. Tickets are $20. Yeah. That $20 gets you a ride down on a bus and a $10 food voucher. So You're giving us $20. We're giving you $10 back to buy food at the ballpark, fireworks, and a bus. If you want, and a ticket. So that's a pretty good bargain. People are going to say, "Wait a second, $20." So you're getting $10 worth of food out of that 20. For more information on that, 724-459-6790. One thing I know we talk about a lot, June 10th, Friends of Blairsville Community, combined with the Indiana County Chamber of Commerce, the Paddle and Picnic, which starts up in Robinson to Blairsville. It's $45 per person, with or without a kayak. That is June 10th, RSVP by June 6th, 724-465-2511. $45, 9 a.m. That starts till 4:30. There's only 50 spots, so you
less than a minute, Dave.
I know, less than a minute. Okay, so
and it's a 10-mile pack and paddle.
Okay, just took one of my minutes. Okay, this is two quick things. I'll make it real quick. Talking about golf, Chestnut Ridge is kind of interesting. On June 15th, we'll be doing an 80 patio party with Glow Golf. So you play golf at night at 5 holes, $40 a piece. 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. 724-459-7180 extension 121.
10 seconds.
One last thing, Blairsville Volunteer Fire Department 5th annual golf outing Saturday, July 8th. $100 a golfer. Tom's Run. You get a steak dinner out of it. Call Scott Gill 724-989-6618.
1. Thank you, David. Thank you, Denise. I'm tired.